Morning, guys.
Morning, Todd. All right, let's see. The thing is thinking. I just submitted it.
Cool.
Okay. It just sent you an SMS.
Got it. See, I got it right now.
What is it?
It is. Come on, get up here. Okay, code is 238-410.
And let's see. It's thinking. Um. All right.
Got it?
Yep.
Right on.
Very much.
All right, well, I'll save this phone then for sure. So this will stay attached to our account now forever at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so make sure I retain this phone, or at least this number. If we decide to change pairs.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hey, is it okay if I go first today? I just need to leave the house soon. I have something that came up, but I'll stay on the call on the phone after that. But I'm gonna be driving. But right now I'm at home, so I want to. If it's okay if I can give my update first.
No, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and start?
Do you want to start now or in a bit?
Let's start now. I'm sure me will pop in here in a sec. Do you need him? Is it?
Um, no, just we don't have any updates on the sticker thing, unfortunately. I did a few builds or a few changes yesterday, and I created a build that still didn't work. Um, I, me and him had we were going over a few things over Slack, but didn't really come to a answer still. So I guess when he pops back, I'll see if he found anything else. Because I tried to do more things. I tried to go back and build, remove more things, remove like Snapchat, remove hits, remove stuff that could potentially affect it with stickers. But yeah, it's still behaving in the same way, which is weird.
Wow, that's crazy. So
Um,
did that exhaust like all of the possibilities, ideas you guys had?
um, so, for me, like yeah, most of them, I had to move on to different things because the I had to like after like 2 hours, I had to go to the whole purchasing and the streak thing because Jerry made some pretty big updates and they had a lot of changes were needed. So I'm still actually busy with that. Um, but but yeah, so I think there's maybe a few more things we can still try. It's just like I said, it takes time, so I didn't want to spend the whole day on it. Um,
Right.
um,
Okay.
like a few things with the pipeline probably is the last thing. I did some changes yesterday with the pipeline, some changes by removing stuff to make it match the older one. The configuration, I have it where it's like it was pretty much matched. So
Hmm.
I don't know if
Yep.
there's anything else I mean could maybe know about that could help. But yeah, that's where I left off with that, unfortunately.
Okay. That's crazy.
Um,
Line could influence the stickers working.
you know,
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, we'll see if there's any other if like if we run into a wall, we'll see if there's other ways we can get stickers or somehow, some way. We'll see. Yeah, let's see. Well, I'll keep trying different things. Like I said, they just take a lot of time, and I can't spend the whole day just doing that.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But every day I spend a little bit of time on different things and just let the build run in the background as I do other tasks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Good.
But yeah, as for the other thing I was doing, it's the so to buy the freeze and the freeze streak. So it's kind of where
You got muted.
yeah, I connected. I need to my headset, but yeah. So now this is obviously how the streak looks, which is the new look. And for these, so the buttons would be disabled
Mhm.
based off of
If you're not don't have a streak or you do.
but the way I did it is I had the background control this. So right now what happens is first of all, if you notice the time, it's it's right for it's correct for like I added the offset, so now this is uh in sync with not UTC, it's with my time.
Okay, excellent.
So as a yeah.
That's great. It's a big improvement. Right.
Yeah, and now I'm getting the data from a new query and a new subscription that we create or we tweaked it. So now to get the data, and this data doesn't only have like the old one only had the count. Now this one has the count, it has the offset, and it even has the IDs. So what that means is in the future, I didn't hardcode the IDs in the front end. Jerry suggested we do it from the back end, and for the reason for that is if we decide to change the IDs or anything like that, we won't need a new build and we won't break it for the old users. So it will just be coming from the back end. So when I click on this,
Okay.
yeah. So that being said, yeah, now both these are working. We're getting the IDs from the back end, not from the front end. And I fixed it on Android, so now it works on Android too.
Fantastic.
Um, so, and then now we probably need the test flight build soon. I think Jerry was saying when he used it in the past, if you have a test flight build, you can actually buy it without paying. It recognizes it's test flight, so we can test it.
Okay.
But we also added things like the freeze, and so the repair, if you buy repair, and the backend would know that we bought the repair and it would just fix it for us and it would come through a subscription. So the user should see the changes like buy, let's say they hit okay, and then boom, this should, like, if it's 0, should go back to 2. Now there's a lot of probably feedback I have on this. First of all, if it's 0 and repair, maybe we should tell them what we're repairing it to. Is it going to be
Yeah.
2? Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 100? So that they
Yeah.
have a better understanding.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a modal that says your streak was 175 days.
Well, maybe they won't even like really. Maybe we should suggest that we like, you know what I mean? Like tell them, hey, your streak ended, repair it, like guide them to it instead of just waiting for them to click on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Yeah.
I
Well, I mean, they'll get a notification.
correct. But I don't know, sometimes not enough. Maybe as soon as they go here, something happens.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, or maybe here starts wiggling or screaming at them, hey, it expired. I don't know, just something can grab their attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Uh,
I like that.
so I don't know if you guys want to think of that, maybe a Lottie, a modal, whatever it is, and just let me know. I can implement it. And then the other thing is once we freeze a streak, I would assume that this flame should probably turn into something like this, where it's frozen to indicate that it's frozen.
Yeah, that'd be good. Can you use that icon to do it? It doesn't need to have any motion.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a icon. This is a lobby. So if you don't want any movement, I can use an icon and replace the lobby when it's frozen.
Yeah, that'll work since it's frozen. Kind of makes
So
sense.
I would assume I would freeze it here. I would freeze it here, and
Mhm.
here probably I won't freeze it, right? Because this is
Right.
just
Yeah, because that's the
just
header.
here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I'd
don't know
have
if
to
we
see
want
what
to
that.
change. Yeah.
We'd have to see what it looks like with the frozen against the blue background because the blues are so similar. It might look weird.
Oh.
Let's see
mm,
what it looks like when you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. When I get him in, I'll yeah make sure to have that. I'll send you a screenshot.
It probably
And
should
let me
have
see.
like the amount of days it's frozen underneath it too, or maybe hours.
Well, oh yeah, that was another thing I was talking to Jerry about, which was how how long are we freezing this for?
We had a lot
Um,
of designs done, and Chantel, I think, still can't find them. I'm not sure where that stands, but
yeah,
we had completely designed end to end.
yeah. So we probably need we probably need to say here before they buy how long is it going to be frozen for, so they know what they're purchasing. And then maybe I don't know how we're gonna indicate to the user. Like maybe we just have uh frozen for, like, it says like, I don't know, maybe the text here changes to indicate how much it's frozen for. It's just or I don't know how it's gonna look, but that's all these are things, yeah, that I obviously as a developer I don't know how the UI is gonna look. So I don't know if somebody
wants to take notes, or if you already have that, or if Chantal's here. But yeah, I basically need to know the syntax here for when we freeze. The user needs to know how long they're freezing, and how do we let the user know how many days they have left while it's frozen, and how it would look up here.
Mhm.
And for the repair, yeah, same thing. We need to kind of tell the user, hey, try to repair it, and let them know what it will be repaired back to.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's just feedback I had there on that, but everything else is set up in terms of functionality.
Okay. Okay.
And maybe we need to tweak the back end if for Jerry, if there's a freeze limit, then you have to maybe, if you want the user, if you want to let the user know, I don't know, maybe in days, or I don't know how in minutes, I don't know how we want to let them know how long it's frozen
Yeah,
for.
there definitely has to be some length. Like,
Yeah.
you
You
know,
know, yeah. What's
actually,
the limit?
you know what?
Yeah.
That's actually technically not necessarily the case. Like, I mean, if you're paying to freeze it, what difference does it make a difference? We don't have to decide this at the moment, but think about it. Does it make a difference if someone wants to freeze it for a week or a month or a year? What difference does it make? It's not like, so
Oh,
in other
right.
words, yeah. So in other words, you don't have to pick the length. You just
Mhm.
come back and unfreeze.
And you're on that same
Oh,
time that you froze it on. You don't get the week that you froze
Right.
added to your
Right.
streak.
then how
Yeah.
do you unfreeze it?
You just press the button. So
Yeah.
like now we're active again, and my streak goes up one more day from
Mm,
where I left off.
that's a good thought. I like
And
that.
So
then you don't need a calendar. You don't need
wait,
anything
I'm sorry. So when you freeze it, you go back here and you unfreeze it manually, or does it
yeah,
unfreeze automatically when your streak goes up?
manually. You come
Manual.
back and unfreeze it.
Mm.
Tap the button. Um, because
Okay, I see.
like you had intent to freeze it in the first place. It's not like if you care enough to pay money to
Mm-hmm.
freeze it, you care enough to unfreeze it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say we're safe leaving it frozen. They'll see the frozen icon if
Right.
if like a couple days go by and they're like, "Oh, I didn't unfreeze it," and then it says like unfreeze. And I don't think it really makes a difference to us, like one way or the other, if they freeze it for a day or a week, right? What difference does it make?
No, I think you're right. I think it's on
Mm.
them, and we can send them notifications even like every day or 2 days, or somehow they can set up a notification perhaps
Yeah,
that they're still on a freeze and they need to unfreeze it, when they're off vacation or whatever.
yeah, and then that simplifies all of this. We don't have to have a calendar with dates and time
Yeah.
frames and countdowns or any of
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no countdown at
But if,
all.
but if it's frozen, we probably need to get rid of this
Yeah, that or
countdown.
just look a little different, maybe. Let me take a look at that for a second. Well, maybe not. I mean, it is still the next day. Maybe like in parentheses, frozen or something.
Yeah, or can it sit
Or
at the same next day that just stays frozen there? Won't it
Well,
read?
that clock runs with or without us, like that's the world
Right.
clock,
Right.
So you wouldn't want to mess with the clock, but
Yeah. Okay.
what I mean? Like it's always going to be on a 24-hour cycle no matter what. But we could change the way it looks and like just the description. Even just saying frozen in parentheses in where his cursor is somewhere in there would
yeah,
probably.
I mean, I can get rid of the countdown and just have the word frozen here.
I would leave the countdown because it's still valid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if a new day starts in 10 minutes, I'd still want to know.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I would just put frozen, yeah, on there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so now, yeah,
Frozen.
actually,
Yeah.
I do like that better where we can just unfreeze it manually.
I do too.
Okay.
That's
So
great.
over here, let's say unfreeze, and I will change this in text probably to say, and I will still need probably a Figma to how it would look in terms of the syntax,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just
Send
because I don't want to
a
make
shot of
it.
that in
Yeah.
development for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
send a screenshot in development and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay,
I can work with Chantel on this, John.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and it's gonna be minor, really, if
Yeah.
we leave calendar out of it. So
So real
yeah,
quick, where it says next day, it'll say frozen.
It'll still say next day, but I think underneath it, it'll say frozen.
So next day frozen and then the time?
Yeah,
Or
time will still be going. The frozen should be under the time
under the time. Got it.
in parentheses, maybe a bracket or something to that effect. And then where it says streak freeze, maybe it should say streak frozen.
Hmm. Okay.
You know, and then it'll change back. But so it'll say streak frozen, and then the button will say unfreeze.
Got it. Yep. I like that.
Okay, cool.
And don't forget to work with also the repair Todd. We need to let the user know that they have to basically, I don't know if it's here or here, that they're like, let's say right now mine is like 20 and it's like now it's 0. First of all, what's the time limit they have to repair it? Because if it's 0 and then they come here and then well, here's where it gets tricky. If it's 0, if it was 20, now it's 0, and then they come and now they figure something's back to 1. So maybe we want them, maybe when they first open the app, we tell them you lost your streak. Do you want to repair it now or lose it?
Yeah,
Because like, you see how that can get tricky. Like if they're 0, then they come do an action, now it's 1, and then they realize, oh wait, I lost it. I thought it was going to be 21. Then how are we going to repair it? That'll get tricky. So maybe as soon as it expires, if we
how would
load the
you
app,
handle that, Ismail, from a technical point of view? Let's say I open the app from the background. Maybe I'm in the message lobby where I left off. Maybe I'm on the map. Maybe I'm on Discover. How would you, like, let's say we wanted to show somebody as soon as they opened it. How would we present it?
Right.
I would say, so let's go with the first scenario, which is which is going to be the most common one, which is if they open the app the next day and it's already over. It's like it's lost. They lost it. The back when well, the thing is, we land on the whole the lobby screen. We don't land
Yeah.
on the.
Well, and if your app was backgrounded, it could be on any screen.
Yeah, well, let's handle the first scenario, which is if they come like to the app.
Okay, so cold start. Yeah, it would be 11
Cold
messages.
start. Yeah. Oof,
But not
I was
everyone does that.
correct, but we want to show them the model regardless where they
Right.
land, because we want to
That's my question is how can that modal would have to follow them around? Like it would have to be anywhere they unbackground the app from.
Right. It,
Yeah.
is there any possibility that once the free or the streak is lost, that the next activity that um starts your streak again, could any of those activities be triggered in some way to where it prompts the user, do you want to repair your streak from these days or start back at 1?
The thing is, when we get the streak, we only fetch the streak as soon as they hit home. That's when this gets fetched. So if they're at the lobby, I don't want to make an extra API call if we can
Right.
avoid it, but we might not be able to. And then we have the other scenario where if the background, well, we have a subscription that we're subscribed to, but that also gets triggered as soon as we go home. That's when it gets subscribed. So both are connected to going home.
Is it too simple just to send them an SMS when they lose it?
It's not a bad idea.
Just say,
Well,
freaks
that's fine. It's just if they're in the app, we can take them to the screen. You know what I mean? And just
That's true.
have
How about
to
navigate? So like you would navigate if you're backgrounded or cold start, it navigates you to that screen.
No, I was saying you get a modal, and if they click on renew,
You don't even need the modal. Now that I think about it, because I was thinking you were basically describing what happens in Friend Connect. Like we basically just take them right into the Friend Connect on open.
that could work actually, because we have something in Jerry. Remember the general purpose
Yeah, the
action something?
queue subscription.
Yeah,
Bingo.
yeah, that has a deep link to it, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, we can trigger something.
Okay.
So maybe we
As
can
long as there's
trigger that.
route, yeah.
That makes
Yeah, we
sense
can
to me
trigger.
now that we wouldn't put you in that app necessarily. We would put you on this screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Um,
it's the same
and then,
experience. And simplifies it.
well, from here, from the screen, what we can do is we can show a modal here.
Yeah. That's where a
Um,
modal could come.
yeah, because like we can just take them here, but it won't make much sense. Because like
Mhm.
imagine they just open the app and then they just land here.
Yeah. In fact, maybe that white area should be a modal always, because since we're going to be using a modal anyway, if we do this approach, then why not just have this be a modal all the time? And um, mhm. I mean, I'm envisioning it where like the modal is lower and it says streak management and it has like some options like this, but they're not expanded. But then when you swipe up on it, it like expands to basically what you see right here. And then in the case where we navigate someone to the screen, the modal is just all the way up.
I was thinking about a custom modal that says your streak has expired. Um, so what? How? Okay, so how I'm thinking about this is maybe maybe anytime this is 0,
Mhm.
the the backend. Let me see what data it gives me.
The reason I'm
The
thinking it
back,
needs to be a modal is it's going to be weird if sometimes it's a modal and sometimes it isn't.
and that's fine. And here's where I'm going with this is that since now we're forcing the user to see that their streak expired and how they can fix it. Um, will that be too pushy every time they lose their streak? This happens.
Hmm. Maybe we say every time they lose a streak over 3 days, 5 days, or something like that,
Yeah.
7 days.
Well,
I think
I guess.
actually we might already do that with something. I think Jerry, maybe you might remember. Do we have something that only notifies you after a few days of a streak?
No, I don't think we have anything that reminds you when your streak expires.
Well, we definitely get a notification when
Yeah, we
when
do it within like an hour when
Yeah.
it expires in an hour, but not like after the fact. Like after your streak is gone, it's just gone at that point.
there was something. There was something that we did that we delay.
But I think we might be. I just don't want to do repetitive work. So
Yeah.
maybe before I start on this, we should think this through more in terms of how it's going to work. So I like where you're going with this in terms of it's going to be a modal, because with that modal we can auto show it, and then we can we can like change the text saying like we can only show this if their streak is expired. If
Mhm.
that makes sense, like it's not always there. It's just if it expires.
Mhm.
Like if so, like as
Well,
soon as they
remember
click here.
we talked about it yesterday. I do want to show it grayed out just because it's still
No,
information.
no, it's yes, but let's say if like since now we have a notification and we have like so here's how it would behave. As soon as they click here, if it expired, it would automatically pop up the modal where they can hide it or choose to repair it,
Mhm.
if
Mhm.
that makes sense. Um,
And what if
so
it's
we don't.
not expired?
If it's not expired, then they're good. They don't need to know that this exists. But then as soon as it does expire for them,
No,
they
that's what I'm
will
saying.
know.
I want it always visible so they know it all. They always know it exists. So in the case when they need it, they know it's there. Because you're thinking they're going to know it's there after the fact, but they won't necessarily might not ever make a connection of like, oh, I can repair it
So
or I
is
Yeah,
can
but
use it.
in that
that
in
yeah.
in that scenario, John, would the streak repair option be grayed out in some way because you're
Yeah,
not
Ismail was already saying he was just gonna have the button grayed out.
just the button? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, John, let's say it like ended for them,
Uh-huh.
their streak. We're gonna navigate them to here and show this automatically the first time at least.
Yeah. Yes. True.
So that's how they know. That's how they get introduced to it.
Well, after it's ended though, but I'm saying
Correct.
I want someone to see this the very first time they come to the screen.
Mm,
because that way it's like understood that it's an option
okay.
when you need it. Which you already you said just earlier you were planning to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but you're saying you want to have a modal now instead of this, so
Well, that's where I was trying to. The only reason to have like a modal at this stage is because we may have a modal later when we navigate automatically navigate a failed streak here. And now all of a sudden it's a modal, um, which we should either it should always be a modal or never be a modal. Like it shouldn't be like sometimes a modal, sometimes not.
oh,
So
that's what I'm saying. If it's always going to be a modal, then we can't have it here.
can't have what?
This because it's a modal now. Why would you have it here if it's a modal?
I mean, it is a modal right now. If you look at it, like, yeah, it doesn't have function, like it's, but in the visually, it's the whole thing is that whole white section is a modal. So,
Mm.
you know, it's not like the user is not an engineer, right? The user is just going to look at functionality. They're going to see a section with buttons, and um, I want to stay consistent. That's all. So this section that with the white background is right now it works good. We're trying to consider what's it going to look like if we bring someone here after it was lost. Let's say it's an SMS, which I do like that, because then it's guaranteed delivery. So you get an SMS, your streak, you lost your streak, but you can repair it. Okay, something like that. So I tap it, brings me here, and now these change a little bit. There's some description of how to repair. I mean,
Okay, I have an idea. Maybe over here, instead of having these cards, we have a button that triggers a modal, and we can tell, view more repair and freeze options. And if I click on it, a modal pops up, and
why do we need a
that.
modal at this point? Well,
So because what I can do with that modal is I can either show all the options if they just click on the button, or if we force them here and we show the modal, I can control what gets displayed only, so that's their only focus at the time.
do we even
So
need a modal? What are we trying to solve? I mean, this kind of solves it anyway. Like if it brings you here,
mhm.
it tells you everything you need to know. Like we could have like in the white area at the bottom, like a little more description of like your streak was lost on November 17th. You have
Mhm.
it'll, you know, if you restore it, you'll go back to 117 days. Like we could just have a little description under it.
Okay, I can have this come from the backend on the text so that it's dynamic.
Yeah, something like that. And then we
Um,
need a modal, right?
well, we don't need it, I guess. No.
Because we are essentially
And then
creating.
maybe if I come in from a deep link, I can hide this on some occasion, or maybe just disable it. That's fine. Okay. Oh yeah. I just want this to be the
I
highlight
don't.
of
Yeah,
the.
yeah, and I wouldn't even want to hide either of these ever. Just gray the buttons, because if I had never been to this screen before, but I got an SMS, it would be nice to know. Oh, next time I can freeze it. If I go camping and I'm not going to have cell service, I can just
Mhm.
freeze it. You know.
Okay. And if it's grayed out, it looks something like this. Is that fine, or do you want it to still
Yeah.
have the
Yeah. I mean, I want to be able to see the words.
the price and stuff?
Yeah.
You still want to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay, I think this is one of those things where we have to kind of try out something first and then see how it goes, and then probably adjust accordingly.
Yeah. But yeah, now the more I think about it, I don't think we need a modal really. It just it needs to bring them here, so we can use, what did you guys call it, the actionable something,
The action
Yeah.
cube.
action queue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good to know. I forgot we had it too, but so that's what drives the Frank Connect, right? The action queue.
Yes.
So we could use that and a whole host of things. Like if we want to create some new path, like how to earn rewards, we could use that action queue to take a user into a flow whenever, like if
Mhm.
some flow we
Well, what's the difference between that and a deep link? So the action queue is just meant that we can navigate the user anywhere, anywhere in the app. when they're in the app.
Mm,
But if you're talking about maybe something related to notifications,
mm.
I mean, notifications have that built in.
Okay, well, what about so yeah, we would want the action queue if I have the app backgrounded and I have an action queued and I foreground it, it takes me to the flow. That's when we need
Well,
action.
no, it's for cold starts, and if you're backgrounded, I guess it can still be triggered on
Yeah,
them.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
we do it with the
So,
friend command.
so yeah, so it'll handle both case scenarios, John. It'll handle a cold start and background.
Okay, excellent. I'm glad we're talking about this because I've been mulling over how to reinstate the rewards path, which was very effective when used, and having it be part of a flow where we can guide people, especially the newer users, um, could be really beneficial. So I'm still mulling it over. But in this case, let's use this. Yeah, let's definitely use our action cues in the case it's cold start or backgrounded if we know the streak has expired. And if we wanted to make it like a minimum of a 3-day streak break, can we do that, Jerry?
What do you mean minimum of 3-day streak?
Like we wouldn't do the action cue every time they lose a 1-day streak.
Okay, so yeah, we would bring them to the screen anytime they lose a 3-day streak or higher.
Yeah. And maybe that number changes to 5 days or 10 days. But can you do that where we have a number minimum?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's make a minimum for search. It shouldn't be 1 day because that'd be weird. So in other words, it shouldn't be every single time your streak expires, you come here. So yeah, let's make it 5 days as the default for now, and I'll think about
5 days.
yeah, and I'll think about maybe changing that. But yeah, let's do that. Okay. So you guys are gonna have to do a little collaboration on this. I remember that it was very tricky getting the Friend Connect to start from my background state. Do you remember
Yeah,
Ismail?
but yeah, I do. But I think we solved for it. So the thing is, we made this a general purpose. Um, so what that means is, whatever the back, like I don't have to do extra setup. I just have to give Jerry, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry. I just have to give him the deep link for that streak page, and then he just has to return it, and the app would do the rest. Since we made a general purpose,
Yeah.
right, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay, one more variable I want to add. I want this action queue to expire after. Let's also say 5 days default now. So like
why would it expire? Because it would just get triggered when they load into the app.
well, if my streak expires, let's say I had a 5-day streak, okay, and it expires, and I don't use the app for a month, and I come back, it would be really odd to be sent to this screen.
Yeah. So okay. So it's not expiring. We just extra parameters to trigger it. So when they come in,
Well,
it has
I
to
was
be
thinking more flushing it out, like not so expiring it or flushing, like to where it's no longer.
That is not how the system works for action queues, but it accomplishes the same thing.
Okay.
Essentially, when they come back in the app, we see in the past 5 days, have they lost a 5-day streak?
Well, I guess what John is saying, Jerry, is that if the user's been gone for a month, even though they had like a 5 or a 10-day streak, we don't want to show.
Right. Yeah.
There's no option. There's no option to repair
Yeah.
it.
No, I completely understand. It's that. So so in other words, if they come back in the app and let's say they haven't used the app in 6 days, but their last streak was 5 days, we don't show it. But if it was 5 days, a 5-day streak in 5 days, within 5 days, we show it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. We're all on the same page.
Okay. So in that case, the backend just can clear it. Like can when I call the API, it just won't return anything.
Right. Yeah. It's all backend stuff.
It'll be flushed in some technical way.
Yeah, well, it won't even be flushed. It just won't get triggered if you're not in the parameters because the action queue gets called when the user is active in the app. So I know the user is active in the app, so I can go and run logic and see, do I need to trigger this for them?
Okay.
So
Is this going to be any kind of performance hit across like all users having to do these checks?
No.
No.
So this check is already happening, John.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Like this action is already getting called every time, and we just tell it where to go if it gets called. If that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
so
sounds good.
keep it simple. It's just you can only repair your streak on the day you lost it.
We were going to say within a few days, 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. You
Okay,
have a 5 day window to repair it.
I see. So if you had 5 days, you lost it, but didn't come back in for 5 more, you
Yeah.
can still repair it.
Yeah.
Back at 5 days, not at a 10-day streak, obviously.
Right. Well, yeah, it would repair it to 5 days.
For 5 days. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Just taking some notes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think we covered everything until we find some other thing we overlooked here, but it looks like that should cover the bases. What do you think, Ismail?
Yeah, that should be quite a bit to get done and tested, and we'll go from there. See how it kind of feels.
Okay, cool. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I guess now that Amin is here. I mean, yesterday I tried a few more things. I didn't really get it to work for as far as the stickers. Did you? I know we slacked. Is there anything else you can think of, or you want to try for that sticker problem?
Yeah, I sent you that blog article. Maybe, yeah, it looks like it's related, but I think that's for custom stickers. Um, One thing is that I'm all about that we can try is like to debug this issue is like from, so you're saying like it works on a production on a device, right? So I was thinking how we can kind of have that on our environment, and maybe there is a way. I'm not sure with this way it's gonna reproduce it, but like uh, we can run the production on a device without to actually to have a build.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like from Xcode. We can do that from Xcode if you want me to tell you how to do it, so you can look into it. But you, um, it's just like a faster way to have builds on your device without doing a display build. Um, but
Would it be a live build, or do you have to recreate the
yeah,
build every
no, it's
time?
not a live build. Like there's no metro.
It's like
So
a bundle.
yeah, it's a bundle on your
Uh,
device with no metro or anything. So your best
I don't know. Well,
is
actually,
have
maybe
like
it's worth
a lot of
trying.
console logs. Like you do a lot of console logs there, and you do the build on your device, at least a little bit faster than go through this flight and all of that.
Mm. Okay, when you say console logs, how will those console logs show
Hmm.
if it's a bundle?
Yeah. Sentry.
I actually added console logs for Century, and Century didn't pick them up for whatever reason.
It should, because like we have them in session replays. If it's a production bundle, you're gonna
I
find it session
go,
replay.
I go to like session replay, and I'm looking at the logs that I see some logs. I feel like the user logs data, but the logs I added in that screen, which I know I added, um, I don't see them in Century. Century's not picking them up for whatever reason.
Uh, I would I would say those logs are behind conditions or something like that.
No. I see them
Oh, okay.
on my local. I like on my local. They're fine. Or maybe it doesn't even. Well, I added a few, which some of them I think are not all of them are under conditions. Some of them are, but not all. It was weird. Like some of them, yeah, were a very top level, and I didn't get any of those logs.
Hmm.
I can show you them probably later. I do have to drop soon, but
Oh yeah, the
but
other thing you can try is like to run the app as a release bundle. That's what it's being called on your device. There will be no metro, but at least you can iterate a little bit faster on this to see what's going on.
mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I can
And
do that.
honestly, like I'm thinking it's the input, the paste input we're using. Like now I'm thinking about it, like
But why
why?
would it work locally if
I
the
don't know.
code
Maybe they're
itself is
doing something
broken?
on their end, you know, like they're
And
doing.
I tried to revert the logic, like to use the old version of the
Well, I was
library.
like saying, I'm saying like the library itself, they're having something on their end that we don't know in native because it relies on native code, that library.
Correct. But it
So
was working at Spill 63, so I reverted it. I reverted the version back to the same, to use the same old version of the paste library, and it still didn't fix it.
yeah, I can take over this issue today. I'm about to done with the new architects issues, and I can look into this more, debug it, and see what I can find about it.
Okay. And if you have anything that takes time, you can try asking me if I did it already, so I can save you the
Okay.
time.
All right.
But yeah, it seems the break happens when we create that build through GitHub Action. That's where it seems something is injected, something happens, some setting is
Mhm.
configured. Yeah. So because yesterday I tried a few more things. I tried to like reverting. I know app.json or app. Let me see which one was it. I know app.config really is pretty much the same. It really didn't change. Um, and so I don't know if, yeah, React Native config, Metro config. I think those are all pretty much the same. The only thing I can think of is we also have like the YAML files, which I don't know, maybe in there anything could cause this. I'm not sure at this point, but yeah, I know like the app config those is hasn't been really touched.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look into it more and see what I can find.
Okay, yeah, just keep me posted on that because yeah, I'm curious to see if you can find anything useful. I'm curious to see what's causing it for
Okay.
the future. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much all I had. And that being said, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be on the meeting, but do have to leave the house. Uh, Something came up, so I'll be listening, but I just won't be on my laptop.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Ismail.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Ismail.
All right. Amit, let's get your update.
Yes, sir. So I'm working on like converting raw SQL to UDF. Jerry has given me the converted UDF, so I have added there. Yeah, testing it. Then quickly look through it.
Say that last part again. Just test.
So testing it now, use API,
Mhm.
and then I'll create the pull request.
Okay. Um, and what are we testing again?
So this is like a raw SQL was inside the chat module. So we converted into UDF.
And what's the benefit of that?
So like everything like in the SQL format, we are using UDF format. So direct database is handling it. So like, but there is some chat module code has SQL, raw SQL.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So this would be for better for performance.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And handling for also.
Okay. What else you have
Yeah.
going on?
So can you please assign me another task?
Sure. We can do that. Okay. All right. Thank you, Omit. Jerry, let's get your update.
Yep. So kind of working mixture of everything with Amit converting his static statements into UDFs. Worked a lot with Ismail on the streak stuff. So kind of we went over that earlier, and also with uh getting the WhatsApp account set up. So apparently, a lot of test numbers were already linked to WhatsApp accounts. So what we have to do there is we have to just delete the WhatsApp account. Todd helped me get set up for WhatsApp. So
It's like our test numbers were linked.
yeah, all of them. I mean, it could be because like we were, reusing a number or something.
Okay.
But yeah, that took a while to get set up. But I finally got it set up. Danny set me up with the billing info. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and finally finish the WhatsApp configuration. And I said, yeah, we had the questions with the streak, but now I know what to do with there. And also for the what's it called, the chat search. um I was able to construct a full text index on the data on the database for the chat messages table, and actually it's not as bad as I thought. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty fast. So it's
awesome.
just dialing in the proper terms. So like there's not just like a clean way you can just say um like search for this phrase. So yeah, it searches for words great. Phrases is where it struggles. Because there's different ways that you can filter through the index. It's not like natural language. So I asked ChatGPT like what's the best way that mimics iMessage. It gave me some ways, and so far those ways look good. I'm just gonna have to test them out. I really want to test them in the production database is really what I'm looking for. So today, I'm gonna start to build out that query and see how far we get.
Okay.
So
Will it still be that you said it's not too bad, but what about if we have 10 times as many users? 10
yeah,
times.
no, it's a completely separate index that's different from the main table. So it should remain pretty performant.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It actually surprised me how fast it was. So that's really good as far as like the complexity of this. So I think it's just kind of wrapping up those three things I had in flight. I think everything else I did kind of was already discussed today, so that's why my update's pretty short.
Okay. Sounds good. That's it for now.
Yep, that's it for now. So if we already pretty much talked about half the stuff I was going to talk about anyways.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. I mean, let's get your update.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I did the build with the fixes that I was working on last week for the new architecture. The build for Android and iOS, both of them. So they're up and live, so we can test them more again and yeah,
Awesome.
keep working on the issues there.
That's in test flight now.
No, I did it like my time late yesterday.
Okay, but there's a build into test flight. You're saying?
Oh yeah, it is. Let me tell you which. It's the latest one.
Okay.
Like the one it's the latest. It's point 2.3. Yeah, 2.3.
Okay. Cool. I will check that out.
And for Android too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I looked up that issue with the map where the pins are not there. I fixed that. But now there's another issue. If I'm rotating the wheel, the app just crashed. With no error, with no logs. I couldn't find any log to see like where the crash is coming from.
Hmm.
I did upgrade Mapbox library, downgrade, still it just crashed. When I rotated the wheel inside the map, it just crashed the app. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm looking into today to fix.
Okay. Was it crashing before, or we just never had rotated the wheel?
Other like before you mean like our current build before the new architecture?
No, just the art with the new architecture, but previous.
I did this before. This is the first time like really focusing on the map.
Okay.
I would say yeah, it's related to this new architecture. It's just like the weird thing is just like normally with crashes, there's some logs, to just start with to know where you should be looking. But this one is just like kind of silent. There's nothing there, so it's weird. Oh, what I have on my mind right now too is like keep trying, like keep downgrading the version of Mapbox till one does not crash the app, and from there I will see what's different. What why what's it why or what's the difference between it and the one that's crashing the app. So yeah, it's manual work for now. So there's no console logs, but yeah, that's my plan to figure out why the app crashed. And yeah, and also I'll be looking into the other issue, the stickers issue, if I can find of the source of the issue.
Okay. And I hope that it's easy at some point, like, or it doesn't just keep dragging on since seems small, but it
Hmm.
does have a really big impact for engagement. It really, I don't want to just ignore it. Well, yeah, just try your best. Let me know how it goes.
Hmm.
Hopefully you find it. Okay. What else? What else you have going on?
Nothing. That's all for me.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Alrighty then. I think that can conclude our stand-ups. Then I will be around. Todd, are you back in town?
Not yet. It won't be till later.
Oh,
I
okay.
won't be. I won't be in time to make it to McClellan today.
Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, I'll just be available through Slack, phone call, whatever you need. And that
Yep.
goes for anybody. If you need me, just reach out. Thanks,
Sounds
guys.
good.
All right. Take it easy, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.